Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. New York City police have just started their investigations, so the facts are still unclear. One thing we do know is that a man has been arrested for setting fire to a particular Christmas tree. Michael has the details.
New York City responders extinguished a Christmas tree on fire early Wednesday morning. The tree was located in front of the Fox News building. A police department spokesperson confirmed a 49-year-old man was in custody, but investigations couldn't confirm that an incendiary device was used. A light was removed from the suspect, though that is also unclear whether it was used. Police say the man acted alone and the incident was not premeditated. No injuries were reported at this time.
As the entertainment industry continues to open up after being shut down, all types of performers and musicians are heading back on tour. So let's go to Cooper for One Star's recent announcement.
Olivia Rodrigo, whose upcoming 2022 Soar Tour is named after her chart-topping album, has a quick ascent to pop royalty. In early 2021, the 18-year-old single Driver's License broke Spotify's record most daily streams record for a non-holiday song, and soon after became the first song on the platform to reach 80 million streams in 7 days. Here's everything you need to know to see Rodrigo's 2022 Soar Tour. Tickets go on sale at Ticketmaster to the general public on Friday for all shows. She will tour all over the North America in April and May. Then in June and July, she heads overseas for a European summer, where she is set to play Germany, Switzerland, Italy, France, Holland, and United Kingdom. Rodrigo is taking multi-instrumentalist singer-songwriter Gracie Abrams, up-and-coming British singer and pianist Holly Humberston, and alt-pop vocalist Baby Queen along with her for select dates on the tour.
And now it's time for announcements. Congratulations to Mrs. Robinson for being selected as Roselle Park High School's Educator of the Year. And congratulations to Mrs. Paterno for being selected as our Educational Services Professional. We are lucky to have you here. Thank you for all you do. Newspaper Club will meet Thursday, December 9th in Room 2 immediately after school. Art Club and National Art Honor Society will meet every Friday after school, and we're back in Room 102. Join us to create arts and crafts, or to just hang out with friends. If you are looking for some fun and knowledge, check out the French Club. Upcoming meetings are scheduled for December 9th and December 16th. The time is 2:45 to 3:45, and the place is Room 3. There will be a Power Back meeting today after school in Room 18. Taco Tuesday is over, so get to Chipotle in Clark Commons today, Wednesday, December 8th, between 4 and 8 p.m. The high school marching band receives 40% of all sales, so please remember to show the flyer. While so many people are trying their best to end the pandemic, some people just don't seem to understand, or they just don't care. Let's go back to Michael for this report.
A dentist in Italy faces possible criminal charges after trying to receive a coronavirus vaccine in a fake arm made of silicone. A nurse said that she could tell right away that something was off when a man presented the phony limb for a shot last Thursday. When I uncovered the arm, I felt that the skin was cold and gummy, and the color was too light. She said she initially thought the 57-year-old man was an amputee and had mistakenly offered the wrong arm. She lifted his shirt and saw a silicone arm. I understood immediately that this man was trying to avoid the vaccination by using a prosthetic. The man acknowledged he did and not want the vaccine, but he did not want to be eligible for the Super Health Pass, which will be required to enter restaurants, cinemas, theaters, and other venues throughout Italy. He had already been suspended from work because of his refusal to get the vaccine, which was required for medical personnel. The man was courteous and left the vaccination center after the failed attempt. According to the nurse, we stopped and reflected, and we understood that this wasn't just a strange situation, but a real attempt at fraud. She and others at the vaccination site turned paperwork over to superiors so they could report the case, which has been given to prosecutors. While Italy's vaccination rate is relatively high at 85% of the currently eligible population, ages 12 and over, people the age range from 30 to 59 have proven the most resistant to the vaccinations, with nearly 3.5 million still not having received their first doses.
Stay tuned. We will be right back. For us today. Thanks for watching RPtv. Have a great day and stay tuned for CNN 10.
The United States has imposed a diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Olympic Winter Games in China. What does that mean? You've come to the right place to find out. This is CNN 10, an objective explanation of the news, and I'm Carl Azus. Thank you for watching. In normal times, the U.S. typically sends a delegation, a group of people representing the government, to the Olympics. It will not be doing this next February when the 2022 Winter Olympics are held in the Chinese capital of Beijing. And this same decision applies to the Paralympics, which are happening in March. American athletes can still compete in these games and represent their country. International spectators from outside China won't be allowed, but that's because of Olympic COVID restrictions. It has nothing to do with the boycott. So why is the U.S. government doing this? The Biden administration says it's a statement against China's, quote, ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity, the Chinese government's alleged mistreatment of its people. We told you last Friday the U.S. was considering this move. It made the decision official this week, and American officials say they plan to continue to pressure China over the issue of human rights. China says America is trying to disrupt the Olympics out of ideological bias, and that the U.S. decision was based on, quote, lies and rumors. The communist nation says America will pay the price, but as far as how that might be, the Chinese Foreign Ministry says wait and see. Some Chinese diplomats and government media employees say it doesn't matter if U.S. officials go there or not, that they weren't invited anyway, and that it won't affect the success of the games. But analysts say the controversy could become a bigger headache for China if other countries decide to do the same thing. Previously, Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom have said they were also considering a diplomatic boycott.
The athletes on Team USA have our full support. We will be behind them 100% as we cheer them on from home. We will not be contributing to the fanfare of the Games.
Psaki said the president is intent on calling out forced labor and human rights abuses in China, but the White House stopping well short of a full boycott, like the U.S. did in 1980, when President Jimmy Carter protested the Moscow Olympics, keeping American athletes from taking part in the Games.
I don't think that we felt it was the right step to penalize athletes who have been training, preparing for this moment, and we felt that we could send a clear message by not sending an official U.S. delegation.
Yesterday marked exactly 80 years since Japan attacked the U.S. naval base of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, triggering America's entry into World War II. It was a surprise assault from the air, what President Franklin D. Roosevelt described as an unprovoked and dastardly attack, and while it killed thousands of American servicemen and crippled the U.S. Pacific Fleet, it galvanized American support for the war, which ultimately resulted in an Allied victory over Japan and Germany. On yesterday's anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attack, a number of events were held across America. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden made an early morning visit to the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. There, the First Lady laid a bouquet to honor her late father, who served in the Second World War, and the president stopped at a wreath that contained a flower in honor of Bob Dole, a former U.S. Senator and presidential candidate who passed away Sunday at age 98. Senator Dole had also served in World War II. It was a conflict that changed the world, and each year, surviving veterans of Pearl Harbor share their memories of that tragic day.
A date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
Trivia. What continent has the highest average elevation on Earth? Asia, North America, Antarctica, or South America? It's not only the highest place on Earth, Antarctica is also the coldest, driest, and windiest. Despite all the research you can do, there are still some mysteries out there concerning foxes. We know they're nocturnal, they live in dens, female foxes are vixens while males are called dogs. We know they have amazing hearing and are said to make a lot of different sounds. But one important mystery that hasn't unraveled until now is, what does the fox say?
If you need a laugh, boy do we have one for you. Remember that famous song?
What does the fox say?
Well, now we know what Dixie the fox says. And Dixie isn't the only giggler.
What's a Finnegan fox? Oh, I'm so happy to see you too.
Posted one commenter, they are basically giant squeaky toys. OMG, Dixie's laugh is so adorbs. So adored that the folks who rescue foxes at Save a Fox in Minnesota use the giggling to publicize their cause.
Hi, Finnegan. Hi, Dixie.
The foxes tend to giggle mostly when the founder of Save a Fox, Michaela Raines, tickles them.
She just has this bond with them and they love her so much.
Love her enough
Dixie.
to perch on her head. Every morning she delivers raw eggs
Good boy.
to these foxes,
Sophie.
rescued from fur farms or no longer wanted as pets.
Jack is burying his egg for later. It's for Dixie too.
Michaela only has to egg them on to get a giggle. The nonprofit even raises funds by selling stuffed toys that erupt in the actual recorded giggles of Finnegan, and
This is Dixie.
they've sold over 1,000 and tend to run out of stock. The next time you hear,
What does the fox say?
how can she say anything when she's in stitches? Jeannie Most, CNN, New York.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. You know, on CNN Den, our approach is just the fox. We try to avoid the gray areas, don't do things on the sly or get too finicky. Only when we're vixen to wrap things pup do we start kidding around, and even then, it's just to dog you. I'm Carl Azus. Premier High School is in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a comment on our YouTube channel. Come on back tomorrow for more CNN.